Hello Saber fans, Shamim here. I've got another custom Saber install to share with you guys today. This is an MHS Saber built using Custom Saber Shop's MHS system. And it was sent to me for repair and a little TLC. The customer was planning to give this Saber to one of his close lifelong friends. In the next week or so, they were planning to meet, and they haven't seen each other for a while, and there was this brief window of opportunity where they would be able to spend some time together. And they grew up loving Star Wars together. He showed me a picture of them as like 8-year-old kids with those toy lightsabers together in front of a Christmas tree, and it was just, my heart melted. And unfortunately, this saber crapped out a few days ago. It had a Prism soundboard with RGB LED, and the Prism soundboard just wasn't having it anymore. It stopped working. It was making demonic noises and just wasn't functioning properly. So he was all freaking out. Oh my god, I need to get the Saber fixed. Who can help me? And me being the sentimental sap that I am, I said, yeah, send it my way. I'll help a brother out. No problem. So I took a look at it. The Prism, unfortunately, was shot. One of the pieces had started ripping off the board itself, and there was no way for me to be able to fix it or get it fixed within a week. Someone more talented than I would have had to redo the board, and I don't know how to do that yet. So I consulted with a customer, and we decided to go with an Anabiscotti soundboard with a nice orange LED with a white flash on clash. I did an amber, red, orange, white LED, which makes for really nice deep orange with a gorgeous white flash on clash. The original electronics also were sort of jam-packed in there with a lot of craft foam tape. There was no chassis whatsoever to speak of, and it was just kind of haphazardly put together with tape and whatnot. And I'm super ghetto when it comes to like doing installs, and I really like the MacGyver style of like, let's just do super ghetto stuff. But this original install was ghetto even by my standards, and I was ugh. So I ripped out all the original electronics. We did a full chassis inside with an Anabiscotti. We have a 2-watt high bass speaker. This thing is solid and built for dueling now. Let's see what else. Exterior wise, the original hilt was very lightly weathered. I think it was aluminum black or some other kind of weathering. And I was playing with it in my hands, and my hands were black and gray afterwards. And I was like, do you want me to clear coat the weathering so it doesn't smell and it doesn't rub off on your hands? Do you want me to polish it up? Like, what do you want me to do to the outside? And he was like, well, actually, it would be great if you could weather it up a bit more. So I took that to mean send it to hell and back again. So I did a lot of shattered weathering across the top and bottom, and I knew it was going to be okay because this customer and we both enjoy the old relic style of shattered weathering and making it look really grungy. So I did that. There's some textured weathering down here in the grip section, shattering all the way across the top and bottom, and then I did a semi-gloss clear coat. I'm very proud of this. So the original hilt had a Prism soundboard, which requires 2 switches. And so the original installer had 2 16mm switches up here in the control box. And then the recharge port was sort of hidden down here. Which meant that a chassis wasn't really possible because the recharge port was here, and then the speaker was loose here, the soundboard was loose here, everything was loose, it was ugly. But I moved the recharge port up here, and then so now the full chassis is in here, it can slide in and out. But what I ended up doing is I drilled out the second 16mm hole, the 16mm switch, because the Nanobiscotti only requires 1 switch. So the 1 switch is here, and then this is the recharge port. I mounted the recharge port inside the shell of the second 16mm switch, and it fit perfectly. I had to countersink the second switch a bit, but it worked perfectly. And then the kill key, of course, is there. This is one of Saberforge's new laser forge kill keys, which I have weathered up a bit. So it's a bit more low profile than the knurled knob ones, the older ones. But it matches pretty nicely the overall grungy weathered look of the hilt. We've got a blade plug up there, Saberforge Apprentice style, which I weathered up and shattered a bit to match. You can take a look and see all the shattering and the weathering detail. There's a little O-ring here that originally came with it to help align the saber up, the shroud, the emitter, sorry, not the shroud, to help align the emitter with everything else. This knurled knob is the retention screw for the blade. More shattered weathering detail. There's the control box again. We've got the grip down here with a CoverTech knob. And then pommel vented for sound, of course. So let's go ahead and get this baby fired up.
You must feel the force around you.
That was a custom boot up sound, and then this is Graflex TFA. With the really nice orange. Because it's a mix of amber and red orange, it's a little bit more orange than Saberforge's blood orange. It's a really gorgeous color. Nice, deep, echoey sound with a nice resonance chamber about that thick, and then the 2-watt high bass speaker right there. It's a really nice sound. White flash on clash, which is exquisite in person and on camera. And off. Let's switch to the other font, which is Shatterpoint.
The Force, it's calling to you.
I get chills from that trailer. God, you are dead inside if you don't get chills from that Star Wars trailer. I think that was the one that played during the halftime football game on Monday night, I think. I don't remember. It wasn't the one that played at Celebration. Or maybe it was. It might have been the Celebration one. No, it wasn't the Celebration one. It was I think it was the halftime trailer. Whichever trailer it was, I get chills with the super epic version of the Force theme. Oh, it gives me chills with Maz Kanata's voice. Anyway, here we go. This is Shatterpoint. A really unique hum. And especially with this resonance chamber in the hilt, it sounds very echoey. It's a really cool sound. And the swings on the I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but in person it sounds so echoey. It's really cool. And again, the flash on clash. And off. Alright, let's get a blade in there. So we'll loosen this thumb screw a bit. Out slides the blade plug. And we'll put in a blade. Make sure it's in all the way. Tighten the retention screw. That guy's ready to go. Let's turn off the light so the orange shows off a bit better. It's an exquisite shade of orange. It's this deep golden orange. Like, I'm really loving how it looks in person and on camera. Both of them are really, really cool. If you look at the color of my face, that's pretty much the shade of orange that you get in person. So it's not the yellowy bit that you see here. It's very much the orange that you see up here in my face and on my hands here. Not the yellowy bit, but you know what I'm saying. There's that beautiful white flash on clash. The white is so bright. It's really, really cool. And off. We'll switch to Graflex.
You must feel the force around you.
Feel your mom around you. Oh! Yeah. Really not much else to say about this color or the sounds. They're both really, really cool. So there you have it. Shattered weathering on an MHS hilt. I got this done pretty quickly because it was a bit of an emergency, and I apologize to the other customers in line, but I really love this guy, and I'm a sentimental, emotional sap, and I needed to help a brother out, so I hope that you can be understanding with me. Thank you all so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.